In just a matter of months, AI went from generating low-quality tests to being able to generate images, videos, and more just by using prompts and some datasets. Today, I will be showing you how to use replicate.com to be able to generate your own images and train your own AI model called FLUX using the LoRA method to be able to generate images that are similar to each other, or perhaps they are about the same, depending on how you go about it. I will teach you everything that you need to know to be able to use this model in your own personal platform. Now, what makes Replicate special is that you don't have to pay a subscription fee every single month. You only pay for what you use, and today I will teach you everything that I have learned throughout my process trying to generate my own images. In fact, thumbnail for this video is actually generated using FLUX. Of course, I took it into Canva and I made a few modifications, but I will teach you everything that I did to be able to accomplish this and definitely this. Now, stay tuned. Let me show you exactly how you can get this done. Now, this is replicate.com, and this is the platform that we're going to be using today for this demo. I will say that if you don't have an account with Replicate, you will want to have first a GitHub account, because that's the only way that you can create an account in Replicate. Once you get your GitHub account, just make sure you go back to replicate.com and create your own account. As I say, it doesn't cost you anything. They don't have a free plan or a paid plan. All they have is for you to pay for what you use. Matter of fact, I will go to the pricing and just to give you an idea of how it works. As you can see, I'm using Replicate to use FLUX, and what they do is they host the server to host this model, and then you can run it on their server. So it costs about 4 cents per image. It's relatively inexpensive. For $1, you can make about 20 images. It's not bad, especially compared to other systems out there that charge you more, i.e. But with that being said, I will show you exactly what you need to do now. We're going to go back to the dashboard. The first thing that you want to do is you want to set up billing. Without setting up billing, you won't be able to do anything. So insert your credit card or whichever payment method that you decide to use. It's relatively easy to do. I have already done it, so I'm not going to do it again. But just to be clear, you need to do this step if you want to be able to train your own model. Now, for training your own model, you want to go to the Trainings tab. And here we have the Training tab for training your model. I had already trained one model before, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the Learn More, and that's how you access the training screen. We're going to be training the FLUX AI model, and we're going to fine-tune it to my own selfie images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to select model. I'm going to create a new model. And this new model will be selfies-Jesus-new. And we're going to make it private because I don't want anybody messing around taking my pictures. So we're going to make this private at this point. Now we're going to scroll down, and what I'm going to do is I already have a folder with a whole bunch of selfies that I have taken throughout time. But what we're going to do is we are going to compress this file, and once we have compressed the file, we're going to click on the upload, and we're going to drag and drop that file into these zip images. So as you can see, it's a zip file. It has all the images inside. Now, the trigger word is the word that you're going to use when you want to trigger the AI model that you have customized to yourself. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter my first name, and every time I enter my first name, it will know that, hey, we are going to create an image based on the training data. Actually, I'm going to change it a little bit. It's going to be J. Vasquez, just for simplicity. Now we're going to keep scrolling down, and we're going to leave this as it is for now, but we want to go to the Hugging Face repo ID and the token. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Hugging Face again. If you don't have an account with Hugging Face, just make sure that you create one. You will need it. This is like the GitHub for AI models. They have thousands of AI models that you can use. So you definitely want to use your own Hugging Face account to be able to do this. We're going to go to here on the right side and the nav bar, and we're going to go to Assets Tokens. We're going to create a brand new Assets token, and the token name will be selfies version 2-new. We're going to give access to all of these minus the billing because it doesn't need to have access to the billing. You can always go back and change this later on. And we're going to create the token. This token will only appear once to you, so you want to copy it, keep it safe. We're going to click done. Now to get your own Hugging Face repo ID, what you want to do is you want to go here to the right again. We're going to click on new model, and we're going to call this selfies version 2-new. And we are going to make it private. I don't want anybody messing around with it. And we're going to copy this. We're going to come here and we're going to paste it. And that should give us exactly what we need. So we're going to scroll down and let's make sure that we grab the root for assets tokens. Yep. Okay. We got everything we need. So what we're going to do is we are going to create the training. This will take a few minutes, so I will pause the video right now and we will come back in a moment. Now after about 20-25 minutes, he finished training the whole LLM, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on Run Train Model. Now, really important, once it is done training the LLM, this is what you're going to see. This is the screen, and you have two ways to access your new trained FLUX model. You can either click on the Run Train Model, or you can go back to the dashboard. You can go to trainings, and here you're going to see the ones that you have created. The one that I actually just created is the one up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Run Model, and we're going to paste my prompt. It's really important that the trigger word that we set up on the last step is right here. So you want to use it throughout your prompt. And you can upload images to use for reference. We're not going to do that right now. The aspect ratio, I want it 16:9. We're going to leave the height and the width as it is. And the prompt strength, we're going to leave as it is. I'm going to discuss what these are here in a moment. The number of inference steps, we're going to leave as it is. Same thing with the guidance scale, the seed, and the output quality is going to stay the same. Going to keep scrolling down, and here you have the run button, which is going to allow you to run the whole thing. We're going to click the run button. We're going to let it work. We're going to see whether or not it looks like me, and we're going to play around with some of the settings here in a moment, and we're going to see exactly what we need to do. This is the image generation that we got. I gotta say, it does look like me, but I'm maybe 20-30 pounds less. I don't know. There's something weird about the eyes. We're going to run here in a moment. So let's go over the settings really quick because I want to make sure that you're aware of exactly what each setting does. So the image file is a way that you can input an image. You can either drag and drop it there, or you can just search for it in your system, and that allow it to use it as an inspiration or a starting point. So if you want to use a certain background or whatever the case is, you can do it there. And the aspect ratio, that's pretty self-explanatory. 1:1 is a square image, 16:9 is a rectangular, typically used in YouTube and most other video places. 21:9 is a little bit more wider, so typically used in the hero sections / the cover images and so on and so forth. I'm not going to cover them all. I'm pretty sure you can find that online. Then scrolling down, This is the height of the generated image. So the only way that you can actually set up the height and the width is if you go here to custom. We're not doing that, so we're going to leave it as it is, but I want you to know that there is a way for you to set up a specific height and width, and there is a minimum of 256 pixels and a maximum of 1440 pixels. Now the prompt strength, this is only valid if you have uploaded an image, and basically all it does is it's how much weight does it carry to use that specific image in the picture that is being generated. The number of outputs is how many images it's going to generate. You can pick between 1 and 4. Now, it's really important to know that if you generate 4, you're getting charged for 4, so keep that in mind. The number of inference steps is how many details your image need to have. So the higher, it would take longer, but it will have more details. It will look more realistic. The default is 28, and in my experience, that's typically fairly good. Now, the guidance scale, this is whether or not you want it more cartoonish or more realistic. The lower the value, again, the more realistic it's going to be. You want to stay between 2 and 3.5. Those are the recommended numbers that you should keep. Now, the seed integer. So let's say that you actually like this picture, but you want to be able to use the picture and make changes. Perhaps you want to add something to it, maybe a chain, like a gold chain or something like that. If you scroll up, you're going to see the seed. You can copy it from here. You can paste it here, and then you can take the work from there, add a gold chain or whatever the case is. But we're not going to do that because I actually don't like the picture. The output format, you can pick between WebP, JPEG, or PNG. Actually, I want PNG. The output quality, this is the quality of the image, how many pixels is in the image when it's downloaded. And between 0 to 100, we're actually going to increase this to 800 because I want high quality pictures, because we're going to be making the thumbnail for this video right here, at least the very basic part, and then I will add designs and other stuff on top. How many megapixels? I'm going to keep it to 1 because I want a nice image. In the guidance scale, 3 tends to give me good results, but we're going to play around with the inference steps and increase it to 35 and see what we get. And everything else, we're going to leave it as it is. We're going to allow it to actually work through it. While it's doing that, I want to say, if you don't include the trigger word in your prompt, you're not going to get the model to use your images that it trained on the image that is generating. So that's really important to know. You need to use your trigger word every time you want the LLM to actually use the data that you provided and that you train it on. It looks like we're at 37%, 60%. We're getting close. And as you can see, it's taking a little bit longer. All right, that's an interesting one. Don't like it either. So we're going to run it one more time. And while we're doing that, we're going to go to this new tab. We're going to go to pricing. Actually, no, I forgot how to get cost. All right. So far, I have used $4.23. It's producing an image right now. I had done trainings, and these are the models that I had pushed. I actually created this account just for the purpose of this video. I have a different account that I have been playing around with, but as you can see, you can set your own spending limit so you don't go over, which is pretty nice. All right, let's go back. Yes, definitely not. We're going to let it run one more time and see what we get. And it looks like we hit a sweet spot with this one. think this one semi-decent, other than I have only 4 fingers in this hand rather than 5, but that's a decent one. And then we have this one, even though the eyes look weird, I think we're good. Alright, so what to do is we're going to download them both. Shit. Alright. We're going to add a gold chain. Let's see how it goes on this one. And these are just using the seed for the last image. That's the only. Okay, so it didn't actually work as expected. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back, trying to see exactly how I can make this work. Sweater should give us the result that we want based on my experience, but we're going to see. You can always go back and adjust and try again. Alright, so we got the gold chain. We got a gold chain here. Again, the eyes looking weird. Again, 4 fingers as reflecting professional casual style. Actually like the first one. So we're going to rip off the second one down here. Just delete it. I think we're going to keep the first one for the purpose of this specific thumbnail. So you're going to get to see the final result after it's been crafted on Canva and I make other changes, but I think it would be a good one. Yeah. And with this, we have made it to the end of this video. I really appreciate you taking your time and watching this video with me. It really means a lot, and I hope that I have taught you one thing or two about how to train your own model using Replicate. I know this is outside our typical videos where we're building websites, but I figure since you are going to be building websites, you are into AI, you might enjoy this video. But I would love if you can please let me know down in the comments below if you want more videos like this one. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I hope to see you on the next video.